Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Two things before I jump into my topic. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button to get more of me. And then second, is this not the cutest necklace you've ever seen? It's like small but still like an accent piece. I got it at H&M for like $5. Made my whole day. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about being dark skinned, I guess.
Here we go.
So background on me, I'm Nigerian. So both my parents were born and raised in Nigeria, but I was born and raised in the States. My mother is extremely light. Like, honestly, she could look biracial. She's very light and she's got long hair, really beautiful woman. And then my dad is dark, like actually a couple shades like darker than me. And then somewhere in the middle, you've got me, like this nice cafe au lait mocha complexion. I don't know. But growing up, I lived in the suburbs, so like very white suburbs. So like in my elementary school, up till like the second or third grade, I think me and my two older brothers were like the only black people in our school. But like we had like some color in there, you know, there's some Asians, some Latinos in there, but like not really like a lot of black people there. So I like wasn't at all ever cognizant of the fact that my skin might be considered dark or not as aesthetically pleasing as other skin tones until I got to like junior high and high school. And sad to say, I realized when I got black friends. I remember this one time, this guy, I can't even remember his name, but he had an afro and he was short, whatever. He was the worst. He was like making fun of me and telling me like how dark I was and putting my arm up to his arm. But funny thing was, is he was darker than I was, but like he was still like making fun of my complexion. And there was a point where I was very unhappy with my skin complexion. And I think it's because I became like interested in black men. Like, you know, you're in junior high, you want to start like dating. I don't know, I wasn't dating, I'm still not really dating now, but like you're interested in like guys, and like these guys wouldn't like me. It's not because I wasn't pretty per se, but the fact that like I was too dark. And then you're like, oh well, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, it's one thing if someone's like, oh well, like you're overweight, I don't like women that are overweight. Like, you can always like work out, but like there's nothing I can necessarily do like about my skin complexion. So like my junior high was like I don't know, like a 10-minute walk from my house if you hop the fence. So like obviously I always hop the fence shorter way home. Remember one time when I was coming down the fence, I scraped my arm, and it wasn't like a scrape that made me bleed. It was like a flesh scrape. So like it just took off like the top layer of skin. And I remember looking at them like, oh my goodness, like I wish that was my skin complexion. And that's such a bummer. It's such a downer. But like I don't want this video to like be all down in the dumps and like, oh no, dark skinned women were so oppressed and blah 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 blah. Like that's not what I want this to be at all. I guess I kind of just want to talk to you guys about how I became okay with my complexion. And I don't think it was anything that I did like specifically, like there wasn't like a 12-step program. I think one, I just started to become more confident in who I was and who I was in Christ, and building my identity in that. Because I feel like a lot of times when women are upset about their complexion, well, I know I was in my case, is because the guys that you're attracted to do not like you back. And if you've got your identity built in who finds you attractive, it makes sense that that like is tearing you down a bit. Well, I guess my first tip and trick to dating while dark I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but more importantly, I'm beginning to accept and love the beauty that is your complexion, is be attracted to people who are attracted to you. This can manifest itself in multiple ways. This could be dating interracially. This could be dating, like, there are different types of black guys, there are different types of white guys. So if this one demographic of black men do not necessarily find your beautiful skin tone beautiful, find a different demographic that does, is what I'm saying. Honestly, at this point, I think it's something about hip hop culture at times that promotes that. So you've got the Little Waynes who are like, you know, I want a long hair, thick, red bone, beautiful black woman, I bet she look better red, that type of thing. So if you are exposed to that culture, it would make sense that that would reflect your mating preferences. Not saying that everyone who does subscribe to this hip hop culture feel that way. I feel like as I've broadened my horizon of who I'm willing to entertain, who I'm willing to date, you start to realize that everyone doesn't have these negative feelings towards darker skin. And honestly, it feels great to know that, you know, there are people who actually look at this complexion and find it beautiful, because it is. But my second tip and trick is don't build your confidence in kind of what's going on now with this whole natural hair movement. Although I think it's phenomenal. My hair is natural right now. I feel like with this whole movement, we've got this like, yeah, power to the melanin, and people are starting to identify other forms of beauty that aren't so Eurocentric, which I think is phenomenal. But like all trends and fads, that's gonna pass. And I don't know when it's gonna pass, but as women, we need to build our confidence in something that's so much more than the media telling us that we are pretty. And that brings me to my third tip and trick, and that is to understand that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And I know that is so cliche and that we see that everywhere, but there's so much truth in that. When God made you, he made you beautiful. And I mean, God's not dumb. Like, if he wanted everyone to be white, if he wanted everyone to be light skinned, he would have made us that way, but he didn't. And there's so much beauty in seeing people of different complexions and different tones. Building our confidence in that, I think, is the only thing that's gonna last. Because I mean, the media is always going to tell you something. Either you're too dark, or you're too fat, or you're too thin, or your hair's not long enough, or your hair's not curly enough, or they don't like your curl pattern, or whatever. I mean, it's always something, you know. So I definitely didn't want this video to be like down in the depths, or tell you guys about all the times I was miserable because of my complexion. I just kind of want this to be uplifting. I mean, there's hope. You know. Well, so that's just a little bit of my journey with how I began to love the beautiful skin tone that God gave me. Thank you guys for watching.